Welcome to Brain Vision.
First things first is we want to look at the equation for finding arc length. That equation is arc length S is equal to R theta. Now let's look at the arc length for material 1 and material 2. The arc length for material 1 is really just a linear expansion of the original length L of that material, right? So that's going to be L, our original length, times 1 plus alpha 1 delta t. Likewise, our S2 is going to be L1 plus alpha 2 delta t. Okay, now if we return to our arc length equation, and we want to find an infinitesimal change between two different arc lengths, we can express that as ds is equal to dr theta, or to be clear, theta dr. And if we want to express that as a change between two known points, we can write delta s is equal to theta delta r. Note that theta is the same for both arc length and r pairs. Okay, so for delta s, we want to say, let's scroll back up. Delta s, we can say, okay, let's try s2 minus s1 is going to be equal to theta delta r. Now delta r is r2 minus r1, but we're going to stick with that naming scheme based on the question. So we can just fill in our answers. So s2 is L1 plus alpha 2 delta t minus L1 plus alpha 1 delta t. That's going to equal alpha delta r. We can factor some stuff out and divide each side by delta r and arrive at our answer. Theta is equal to L alpha 2 minus alpha 1 delta t over delta r. Okay. Now B, what if t becomes 0, delta t becomes 0? Well, that would just be theta is equal to L alpha 2 minus alpha 1, 0 over delta r, which of course equals 0, so we can say that as a limit it does approach 0. And likewise, if alpha 2 equals alpha 1, we would get theta is equal to L alpha 2 minus alpha 2 delta t over delta r, and that's of course also going to be 0. And we can essentially write, I'll just write the second one, we can do the same for the first, but limit as alpha 1 approaches alpha 2, theta equals 0. Now C asks, okay, what will happen if the temperature decreases? Well, as we saw, the temperature increased, the materials expanded at different rates, creating an arc. If the temperature decreased, they would decrease at different rates, going back to a straight line and then going to an inverted arc.